to please follow Mr. Kumar. Request Dr. Gupta to please honor our president.
My relationship with VHS before we go into the other aspect, I'll take 4 more minutes extra. So my uncle N. Raman worked here for more than 2 decades as a doctor, known as 5 rupees doctor. Never charged even 5 rupees, more than 5 rupees in his consultation. And by the time he prescribes a medicine, the disease should have been cured. Such a great doctor. First type of diagnosis you have never seen. The next interaction I had with this Dr. B.R. was, fortunately, he was my neighbor and in CAT colony, First Main Road. And I had several interactions with him. He was a very young boy. For some reason, he was very fond of me. Some treatments I used to see, some patients used to come all the way from Calcutta, spend airfare, sit with him. Finally, he'll give one Ksira tablet. This Brahmi tablet. Say, allopathy can't treat this. 5 paisa or tablet or a bottle, he said, buy 2 or 3 and go, anyway, came by after. Such a great doctors. Next was Dr. Murli, from Marcia. Murli sir was very, and there were, he was so much loved in my family that some people actually played, I should have a hernia operation so that Murli operates on me. He was such a very serious character. I think my agree with me. But he used to smile at one person and that was me. Every day morning I used to go and walk. For some reason when I'll be doing something in the front of my house, he used to stop, smile at me, wish me. And I want to tell one incident. My grandmother was at the time around 75, had a big katti for some 25 years she had. So I took her to doctor and he said, okay, let us do a diabetes. Then he saw my grandmother and said, no need for blood test, bring her. Next day morning he removed it. Then he said, I want to do since it is thing, I want to do a biopsy. And he said, biopsy is some 37 rupees here, some lab here. So I gave him 40 and he returned back 3 rupees. Okay. Next day, 2 days later, he called me. I got a call and I went there. And he said, this katti is so strong that they could not even break it. So surely cancer cannot come. But the great thing was he returned back to 37. That is the caliber of doctors which VHS had. And he was completely, I know his relationship with Dr. Sanjeevi, more than a son to Dr. Sanjeevi was brought this. So we are very, very proud that this exists and very next to our campus. And I'm very nostalgic. I've come several days along with Dr. Raman here. It's a very, very young child. I broke my arm and the X-ray was done here. Cutting around Botas where my arms are moving because of VHS. And then today, now with relation to IIT Madras, I'm very proud to say that 2 professors of IIT Madras, so I don't want you to call him Dr. Suresh, instead please call him Professor Suresh. Professor Ajit and Professor Suresh, both are here. We started the Department of Medical Sciences and Technology. Again, there's a big connection based on funding that we received from the central government for Institute of Eminence, which was actually recommended by Dr. Bapparaswamy. So I think all people responsible for medical to develop at IIT Madras are here on stage. And medical sciences and technology, we believe that it's very, very important for all medical practitioners and computer scientists and all engineers. I suggest that you go and look at this book called Virtual You, which basically talks about how to model the human body as an engineering, using engineering equations. Today, if you look at the medical stack, Of course, I should not teach how the fish to swim. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But you have this anatomy and physiology on the first level. Then you have an engineering, interpretation or modeling of the human body as the second level. Then you have the pharmacology and devices, and last comes clinical application. Traditional MBBS course teaches you anatomy, physiology and takes you directly to clinical application. So if biomedical, biotech and biological sciences teach some physiology, teach devices or pharmacology and a bit of modeling and take it to the clinical applications. The second part was completely missing, and then there are two ways. First, IIT Madras has been attempting this from 1995 to start a medical sciences division. And the mistake that we did was we actually called the engineers first and asked them what should be the curriculum. And that actually became, everybody thought what they did was very important. Like in a marriage, the mother looks at wealth, the father looks at the Vamsavali, the daughter looks at how the guy is smart or not, and the relatives look at how the food is. So each department came out, oh, this is the course I am doing, this is the best. And I got one agglomeration of this. So I just cancelled all these things and then got a set of bunch of 10 great doctors, top doctors here, including Dr. Suresh, Dr. Ajit. And then we said, what do you want? And then came out this wonderful syllabus. Today, friends, we have admitted 2 batches of students in what we call as BS in Medical Sciences and Engineering. And through an examination called ICER Aptitude Test. If media is there, please write about this. I think kids should know about it. And today, 1,25,000 students write this examination. And I'm very happy to tell you in the top 100, we have 22 students out of 30. And I have another professor, Bhagyan. So she's also a professor of practice. So we have 3 faculty from the department here already. So friends, this is something that we need to work very much. When I took over as director, I went and asked some of my senior professors who had been my guide, asked how to run this institution. These always have redundancy, like more than one. Very in a lighter way they say, except for wife, I have everything too. So today, if you look at whether it's kidney or eyes or any other part where you have more than one, the cost of treatment is less. Dil to ek hai, only we have one heart. Brain, we have only one brain. And that's why the cost is extremely high. And we as a nation has a commitment to the Sustainable Development Goal 3, where we are talking about affordable, accessible, equitable, quality healthcare for all. And heart, cardiology and neurology actually becomes extremely important here. Friends, today, SanMar, we have enjoyed long relationship. Of course, we have the best cricket ground, and the best contribution is almost every top player today, especially Chennai Kings, have come to IIT Madras and practice there. It's a very world-class ground. So thank you, SanMar, for actually supporting VHS in this. I think the CathLab adds lot more value, especially in cardiology, where the cost of treatment is quite high, and also we need a very quick treatment, unlike other things where we can't prolong it because it can lead to loss of life. I think this is a very interesting step, and I wish that this center, we started off with 11, I think it should go to 100 within few months. In India, that's a very interesting thing. One of my colleague was in Germany. His son had a problem in the eye. So he went to a doctor, said, oh, we should need a small corrective surgery. It will take some 3,000 euros. How many surgeries you have done like this? He has done 7 or 8. Next week he came back to India, and then he went to Sankaranagaraya. And he said 30,000 rupees. How many surgeries? Some 7,000, 8,000. So in India we don't have a depth of patients, and that's very important. And I'm sure lot people would like to come here and use these facilities, especially community hospital. I'm sure with all these facilities we'll attract lot more consultants to come here, and we will, of course, Sanmar is there, and he said, Rajagopal has already told no more Bhagavati Bhiksha, you are already giving, so we will get more and more CathLab facilities, and I'm sure this will grow to a very, very great height. And I was also must say about my distinguished alumnus, 1972 he finished your BTech degree at BC? 70. So I was just 2 years old. So, neighbor, sister institution. So we are very happy that distinguished alumnus has been here. And friends, several liters and liters of blood has gone from this place, and all very good blood, no infection, nothing, no complaint. I think the blood bank is a great service that VSS has done. How many lives it has saved, we don't know. So it's actually an actor in the background. But I'm sure, I'm very proud of you, DC sir, that you are associated with it. And everywhere I see, I really remember what IIT Madras has done to the world. I think DC is an example. So thank you. And
DC stand on the executive table at the time. Just brought him and I'm feeding it.
Oh.
I don't know whether he goes his office, but every day he will come here.
Yeah.
Every day, along with one or another. Practically ran it as a clerk, as a manager, as a director. The growth from 4,000 bottles per year to 19,000 bottles was a no small matter to the unborrowed.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning we have tomorrow we have the blood on day.
Yes.
Okay. We are going to honor 150 people plus who are donated blood.
Sure. Thank you. And absolutely, when I request DC for a meeting, he immediately comes there also. So, sir, your business is run by some God is running business. So, as RR said, Vaidyo Narayana Harihi. So let Lord Narayana bless VHS, and we will go to great heights. We are always there, and very happy that IIT Madras is very close to us. We are just almost an arms. You just shout Kamakoti, I'll run, and I shout Rajagopal, you will run and come back. So thank you very much, and we look forward to great interactions. And of course, we will make this a world-class facility where we will do some of the things that are not achievable elsewhere. We must bring it out. And today I am extremely happy, extremely thrilled, extremely excited. I don't know, I have no more. I am loss of words that this whole facility is made in India. And friends, immediately you see there is a reduction in cost, right? And that's extremely important to me. When I just saw the software, the hardware, everything has been developed, and it's not a great deal. And you mentioned computational geometry. Computational geometry is actually used to do certain what you call as convex hull for marking or locating points in the cath lab. So I just saw the algorithm. It looked very familiar about my 1995 research. Okay. So, but all these capabilities are there in our country, and I'm sure that more and more such indigenous systems should come to our system. And that we have performed 11 surgeries. All Ajit told me all varieties have come, right? And that's also very important. This equipment is as good as something that we import at 4 or 5 times the cost. And we buy at 5 times the cost, we have to repay that, and when we want to repay, we have to charge the patients. And that's where the whole thing comes. And this is real Atmanirbharta. Hats off to that company. I wish that company grows. And you also make other devices. And VHS and IIT Madras will always be there to do this. So let me end. So IIT Madras is in a very big journey. Today we have PhD students who are MDs, and our achievement in the last 1 year is a cardiac surgeon today solves Navier-Stokes partial differential equation. Thank you very much.